Right. So the first reason I think for poor trade management is due to emotion trading. Now, emotions can certainly have a big impact on your strategy, and you need to understand that you're not going to profit from every single trade you put on. And in fact, if you're, as I said earlier, just if your trade management is good, then you don't need to actually be right the majority of the time. So you can get away with actually being as I said earlier, manipulating your trades to make sure that you don't actually need to just get everything right, really. But you need to understand that at the end of the day, you are going to make mistakes, and they're going to be the odd bad trade every now and again. We're only human, and the markets have a tendency to sometimes be fairly unpredictable, so that can have a big impact on your positions. And what you need to do is you need to learn from every trade you make. I would say keep a trading diary is my first key tip to you. Just have a think about it. First of all, why did you put your trade on at the time? Maybe think about the market conditions that were present when you did them, and potentially why it went wrong, or even why it went right. Actually, I think it's also important to sort of just sort of appreciate when you get things right as well as you get things wrong, and also mark down the time at which you put all your trading, because that can have an impact, I think. So, just if you do all these sort of little trading diary aspects of your trading and sort of analysing what you are doing, then you can perhaps even make a little bit of a tweak here and there to your trading strategy, and make sure that you don't make the same mistake again if you can avoid it. Right, so in terms of emotions, there are two different aspects to emotion trading. That's emotions that are driven from winning trades and emotions that are driven from losing trades. Just very quickly on the winning trades, because there are not too many, but basically complacency and arrogance, I think, are the two that you need to be concerned about. Complacency is basically where you think you've just nailed it, and you basically just put trades on without really putting in the required thought process. And obviously that is a big problem, because that again goes against your trading strategy. And also arrogance as well, getting arrogant with your success. And that can lead to you taking positions in perhaps too great a size, or excessive risk taking, and that can obviously lead to significant problems as well with your account. So winning trades doesn't necessarily mean you're sort of the best trader in the world, and you can generate mistakes off that as well. On the flip side of that, I suppose you've got your losing trades, and all the emotions that you get from doing engaging a losing trade, really. Sort of anger being the first one, or resentment, a feeling of revenge. Now, I know revenge trading is a big aspect of trading, because you sort of put a trade on, it's gone wrong, and you really are annoyed about that losing trade, and you then sort of start trading in a very rash manner, and without due consideration, which is a big problem. A similar sort of way, I suppose, you can feel resentful, and you can get a feeling that you need to get even with the market. And I would argue that if you're having a bad day, just let it go, really. Just leave it. Never let a bad day get worse, because that is, I mean, it can be a big problem, because you're not necessarily in the right mindset if you're having a really bad day, to put trades on in a proper fashion. I'm going to look at next time I have my webinar. I'm going to look at the perils of overtrading, which I think is another big aspect, and can be a big costly mistake to you. But if you've ever made the mistake or if you've ever made a mistake, or you even make a series of mistakes in a row, just let it go. Just be careful not to trade out of anger, because it's going to have a big impact across your strategy. And at the end of the day, you are not a gambler, you're a trader. So you need to just keep that in mind. Pride is another aspect. Negative emotions that you can feel. Perhaps pride would be sort of preventing you from closing a position in a loss. And as I said earlier, you're looking to cut the losers and run the winners. So if you're in a position of a losing trade, your pride can sort of take over and think, oh well, I don't want to lose this trade, and I don't want to have that sort of hanging over me, the loss. Well, you need to get out of that mindset. You need to accept that you will make losing trades, and you need to understand your limitations, because even the best traders will incur losses. And you need to accept that your losses will happen, and that is what comes with being a successful trader. Don't wallow in your mistakes, learn from them. Depression and fear, I suppose, can also be a debilitating impact on your ability to press the button on a trade. I mean, for example, I've spoken to a load of traders over the years, and they've got a few trades wrong in the end, and they got a few trades wrong in a row, and they sort of lose all their confidence when they're trading. And if you do feel that happening to yourself, go back to square one, go back to your strategy, think about what you're doing, remember why you're putting on your positions, and just basically go back to the beginning again, because it should help to give you some clarity in your thought process once more, and it'll hopefully sort of taking a step back can I think have a big impact on emotion trading, and just sort of being able to sort of let it bypass. If you do find that you're having these issues, maybe you do need to have a tweak to your strategy, but don't ditch it altogether. Remember why you've put your strategy together. It may not be necessarily the completely the be-all and end-all of your trading, and you might need to make a tweak to it. But just remember there's a big ground a basis to your trading strategy, and you've obviously thought about it thoroughly. So there's no need to ditch it entirely. So basically, are you being compromised by your emotions? If you are, then I think you need to think about how you can overcome these to get back to your strategy. As I said, trade management looks to reduce or hopefully even remove the emotional side of trading by managing your positions. But ultimately, the things that you're looking to do is to be rational in your thinking. You want to be sticking to your trading plan. I'd say you also want to be consistent in your trading. Being a consistent trader is, I think, very important to your strategy. And basically, you're just sticking to your predefined trading plan will help to drive this consistency. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you need to always remember to keep your eye on the prize and remember why you're doing what you're doing. And you've got a little key tip here at the bottom, which is if you do feel yourself getting overcome by emotion, take a step back, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, should I actually be doing this trade? And I think that is an important question you need to ask yourselves.